point. This will have to be quick, but we will get in. Wow, the getting is good. Oh my goodness. How did a player think the guy do it? You know who I really want to wonder who doesn't, and I think he's probably retired, is Marco Wargamer. And there's a story to that. His new games, or his latest name, that's been a few years old now, is Marco Omnigamer. But I left him a message one time. I said, because he was doing reviews of things that weren't war games, because his name was Marco Wargamer. And I was just messing around with him, just giving him a little jab. I said, I thought your name's Marco Wargamer, but you play anything but war games. Because I think he did one game that wasn't a war game. I gave him trouble about it. Lo and behold, the goofball changed his name to Marco Omnigamer. He must have took to heart what I told him, or when I was messing with him. It probably didn't have nothing to do with it, but it was kind of weird. All right, let's see here. Oh, Marco, how do you play all those games? And then the thing of it is, he's got a whole shed full of games. I don't know. He must have hit the lottery. All right, here we go. This is our latest. Or I think they have a lot of games sent to them. They're good reviewers and everything. So don't mean to be too green around the gills. Okay, Pender for my game here. Pender has artillery available for him. Is he the one we've been waiting on? No, I think we're waiting on a Union shit to move these units here around for attack. Pender in this game, and I don't have my glasses on. I see him. Pender's boys are just west of Gettysburg. Moving on in. We'll be back. All right, then, rolling for Pender and his red die.
You're going to sleep on the floor next to you tonight.
You're on camera, babe.
What?
4 plus.
What do you mean I'm on camera?
Comes out to be. Ooh, we're gonna put Pender at. Ooh, 8 movement points.
On the floor next to Luker.
Come back. Pender's movements. All right, then. Old Pender has decided to come to Heath's aid. And there you go, coming on down this way. Oh, we got Pettigrew and I thought my name was bad. Oh, okay, it ain't too bad. Brockenborough, almost surrounded by Union troops. So Pender's coming down. He won't quite make it, but he's on his way to Seminary Ridge, and somebody needs to take this victory point. So I don't know if have we drawn Heath? Oh, we already had drew Heath, and we didn't move anybody up in there. Well, maybe we couldn't have, but staying away from any adjacent Union force because we're all on flat ground. That'd be a mandatory attack. Now, the way I'm playing it with this, no mandatory attack here. I mean, it would be when their chit is drawn. These guys will have to move away because they're on lower ground. But right now, this is where they are after Rhodes done moved on in. So they'll have a chance to react. If they don't, there'll be a mandatory attack when their turn comes up. But we're having a little bit of trouble interpreting what they mean by non-mandatory and mandatory. So you can see we have units that are next to each other, but because of elevation rules, they're not obligated to attack. Only on the flat land, if you're next to somebody, are you obligated to attack. Now, what we're debating on, or what we're trying to figure out, is when it does come time for attack, and I had the choice where I didn't have to mandatory attack, when I want to have a combat round, can I then engage the ones? Do I have a choice then, or do I have to make the decision when it's their formation's turn? Right now, when it was their formation's turn, we didn't have the obligation to attack it. This isn't a good example. We have to find some other spot where a better example is. Oh, this might be it right here. Maybe that was a good spot, but yeah, I don't. When we get to it, maybe it'll clear it up some. So anyway, that will take care of Pender. I'm ready to draw for another command shit. Dogs and family are on the road for change. Oh, it can get hectic sometimes, and we're just trying to get in a little bit while it gets good. Origins, all the other conventions that go around. Yeah, we just not here in Realville. We don't have time for that, so get him when we can, and it is 5th Corps. All right, were we waiting on them? Yeah, we were kind of waiting on some of the 5th Corps. So here is an example right now. As it stands, are these Zouaves? Yeah, they have, Aries has a Zouave brigade, and they are at a lower elevation than Rhodes's unit. So right now it's their movement phase, but when it comes to their combat, whenever you have a formation, you have their movement / combat. If they don't get out of there, they have a mandatory attack going on. If they had another unit up here on equal level, they wouldn't have to have a mandatory. But right now, as it stands, the Zouaves have to attack. We'll, move them around and everything, because I don't think it's time for me to attack yet. But that is what we're up against. Okay, now it's 5th Corps. What we do here is grab the old ND. Sometimes I get these dice mixed up, but this is our Union die. And for a high roll, 5th Corps, and he gets a 4. I don't think there's any die roll modifiers. 5th Corps will be with a 4. Translates into 8 movement points. So that's pretty much standard. We're getting a lot of those 8 you can see even when he gets higher. So somehow they calculated the unit's ability to move. Some can move a lot faster than others. There you go. So, all right, we'll be giving all these units 8 movement points. We'll be right back. See what to do. All right, we're going to play it this way. We have them all, because of movement allowance limitations, they were only able to get this far. This unit here is up on the hill. Oh, wait, hold on. He's at a higher elevation, so I'm going to have to do that over. Huh. Yeah, I didn't see that. You can see here he's at a higher elevation, so that'd be a mandatory attack. You got to be as high as they are. So let me find out where these 2 units were, what to do that over. Yeah, he can't go on that hex either because he's next to him. I did not see that earlier when I made that move. We'll be right back. All right, then. These units here are maxed out. These are original positions. This unit here, this unit here, and this unit hasn't moved yet. So, and another thing is I have them turned sideways if they move. So, this is the original position. What we need to do, I don't know if all right, we need to get somebody in this dark space. So, let's try this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can get him there. And that's all that counts. Right there. So he is up equal in height. So no mandatory attack. Now we can move units next to him, because the presence of him being on an equal elevation negates the need for a mandatory attack. So now, this boy here, when you leave his zone of control, you can't go back into him. So if he leaves, and he's got to leave because he's got a mandatory attack going on there. But let's see what we got here with this unit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He can do that. So we will move him into this position right here. Turn them all sideways just for my own. There you go. So these are all moved. We have this boy here to move, but he can't move back into his zone of control. So I was thinking about moving him up here on the hill. He'll be out of command range, but he just won't be able to attack. He can always move. So let's see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we'll put him up there. He'll move out of his obligatory or of his mandatory attack range. And he's up there with the zone of control in case any of these boys want to move in to try to rescue their friends. So that'll be that. He will be out of command formation. You need a 4 movement point range. You got to be 4 movement points away from your headquarters for him to give you orders to have combat. You can move autonomously, but let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he's nowhere near. The rest of his units, all these boys are here within command range. He's out. I think that's the way we're going to play it. So let me turn these all right side up. And the only reason they're in line like this, again, is because of their movement point limitations. Or else we'd start forming up around here. No mandatory attacks yet. This is, we could be next to them. Now there's phases in the game where if you are next to them and you ain't on certain elevations, you got to retreat. So But what we're really trying to do is wait for this chit to be drawn, move all these boys into place, and then attack across the board with everybody that's next to them with the attacks we want. Because it's not mandatory yet, so we don't have to. That's the way I'm interpreting it. I hope I'm playing it right. But like I said, when we get there, I'll show you how it's done. We'll be right back. Okay, excuse the glare, but these are all the leaders that have been drawn. And if they do attack, or if they do come with combat, there are some artillery that are available if they have units that are adjacent. So, some of the leaders that'll come out of the command cup, ready for our next draw. See who it is, and it will be Confederate States, specifically Johnson. Johnson's men over here on the far northwest of Gettysburg. Rebel die. Johnson's ability roll. It is a 6. Johnson smashes it, and he will get 10 movement points. Wow. There you go. Johnson's men. 1, 2, 3. They have, oh no, they don't have. I was going to say they had a, or was that artillery used? It couldn't have been used yet, was it? Yeah, it had no combat. Huh. I think I'll, yeah, I'll put that back here. This is all available. I know we haven't had no combat yet, I don't think, or else the combat marker would be put in there, and it's not. So, all right. He'll have artillery available to him if he needs it, but we will move him, and they get 10 movement points. They can really scoot, so let's see what they want to do with it. Be right back. All right, well, I think the guns are going to go off, and we are going to declare a rebel combat. We're going to try to get some victory points on some of these combats here now. These combats are going to include these units here. This is a, I don't know if it's a mandatory attack. Let's see. It has a, ooh, who is that? Anderson. Anderson's already been pulled, so he must not have a, no, he's up on that same ground, so he did not have a mandatory attack. So now we want to use him, though. And I don't know if we'll have any more combats around here, but it will be our combat phase. So anybody that's next to anybody can have combats if it's not mandatory. Let me see here. But what we did with Johnson was we're going to try to get some victory points and inflict some casualties. It's time for some fighting. I would have liked to have brought more of Anderson's units to the fight, but we're going to go ahead with what we got. So that is going to be a combat phase. We also have, this artillery available to us. We also have this artillery available to us. So we got 2 artilleries. This one here to go with this unit there. This artillery to go with this unit here. I don't see any other combats we have going on. I might, if I see something that looks good, because this is our combat phase. I think if you have to attack, you have to attack everybody surrounding you. I'm pretty sure it's one of those rules. I just went through it, so maybe we'll hold off on Heath. That's not mandatory to attack anybody next to us. So that is it. We'll call it a combat phase because we want to inflict some casualties. We'll put the artillery marker here with them. And I'll have to find out what combat. Well, maybe we'll hold off because I'll find out what combat I want to add the attack factor to. But more importantly, do we have artillery for First Corps? First Corps does have artillery, so there you go. He gets himself some artillery on his side. And do we want to input? We got a reserve artillery here that we can use. This artillery if they're being attacked, and we got our sharpshooter. That's for use in defense only. So we have all kinds of artillery decisions to make. Let me see if I can straighten this out, and when we come back, we'll show you what kind of conflict or battles are going to ensue. We'll be back. All right, well, in this attack, I think we're going to do it this way. He isn't going to do nothing. He's not required to. He's in the woods anyway, so that takes out his mandatory requirement. I want to maybe use these boys to attack this unit. They're going downhill. He don't have to attack nobody either because he's up on the hill. He's down below a lower elevation, so he will look at the how the attack goes, but he might come on downhill and attack these boys. It's not required. The big attack we got going on here, though, is the flank attack. And we might even throw in some an attack from this unit here if we can get an artillery bonus. So we might want to do something like this. Artillery with these boys. Artillery with these boys. These boys will have some defensive artillery. And they might even have themselves a sharpshooter. And they might even be able to throw in one of these divisional artilleries too. I don't know if all three of these markers are available, so that's what we'll check into. So the old rebels might have bit off more than they could chew if we could throw in some of that artillery. But that is what it's called, hold on, Hunt's guns. And they're the ace in the hole. They were historically, so wouldn't that be nice to hold off this massive attack? This would be the battle of the, or the little battle within the Battle of Gettysburg so far in the game. We'll be back. Alright, I think I got everything assigned the way we want. When we come back, we'll go ahead with the battle. There will be a secondary battle. I think I went roads, a couple brigades, said Doles or something. I don't know who was underneath there, but I think I want them to charge down the hill after this lone unit. They will have a good attack, a good odds attack, and we'll see what happens there. Other than that, I think everybody else that's adjacent will hold off. I don't think we want them to attack. That'd be low odds, but we got a bunch of stuff going on here with artillery. So this is going to be a massive battle right here to save First Corps. First Corps making a stand. So we'll see what happens with this one. And the Confederates have swarmed around them. They've been detached from the rest of their units. We're going to see what happens. We'll be right back. Alright, and the sound of battle coming from this area right here. And we are ready to proceed with combat. I don't know what that hill is down there. McPherson Ridge. We'll be back. Alright, then the key thing in this attack is how we're going to maximize die roll modifiers and all this artillery. I think we're going to do the attack like this. He has, and this is key, this is something the Confederate player didn't count on when they were attacking, but let's look at how many are in the defense. We'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I want at least a 1-to-1 attack. I can't get 2-to-1 odds, but I just want my 1-to-1. So let's have 7 factors. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, let's do it this way. 6, 7, 8, 9, because we want to get this flank attack bonus. So I'll have to have at least 2. So it'll be 9 to 7, which will be a 1-to-1. So we'll go over here, and we'll have us a. Look down here. The initial will be 1-to-1. Now we also got modifiers for going up a hill, but that'll be negated for these boys that are on the hill. All right, so there's no modifier there. We will have a flank attack modifier. So flank attack, if a unit is attacked by units from less than 4 sides, or here's one from sides that exact opposite sides of defending hex, other attackers may participate. So what we're really doing is basically looking for this here. But if you get that, it says considered flank. Subtract 2 from the flanked defender's tactical effectiveness rating. So then we'll go over here and we'll roll for these units, Union units, but we're subtracting 2 from their tactical effectiveness rating because they've been flanked. So we'll roll first for stone. I guess that's a T. Sorry about that. Stone is needing a 1 or less, minusing 2 because he's flank attacked. So let's get you out of looking for a 1. 2, he does not survive. So Stone takes a step loss. Oh gosh. Get this all set up here. And the difference between 2 and 1 is a 2, which means he has to retreat. But can he retreat? There you go. He has to retreat according to this. If you had a unit here, negate their zone of control, so he gets eliminated. That's 2 step losses because he couldn't retreat, and that'll be 2 victory points for the Confederates. Oh, let me see here. I had that marked wrong, so they were all here. So 2 for the Confederates will be 1, 2. All right, that unit's eliminated. Now this unit here is to roll 1 or less because of that being flanked. 6. He suffers a loss. So that spot has been vacated. Another one lost. Another victory point. We can advance if we want, but we have to roll now for all these units. This was a 1-to-1 attack, so it says attacker loss limits all must roll. So there you go. But no, with no die roll modifiers. So now we'll switch up to the Confederate die. 4 or less for Jones. With a 1, Jones survives. Next is Stonewall. 4 or less. There's a 4, so he survives. Next, who is up in the... All right, well, we only took 1 from this stack here. So that'll be 4 or less. With a 1, so they all survive. We'll have 1 that moves up into the hex. And I think that's going to be a total defeat for the Union. We'll be right back. All right, the next attack will feature Stewart. Unit below him participated in this attack, so Stewart and Mahone. Stewart and Mahone. All right, so that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it was going to be just a 1-to-1 attack, but the artillery is making a difference. So that'll give them a 6. So that'll be 4 to 6 is a 1 to 2. So we will have die roll modifiers as follows. All right, that is the combat resolution die roll modifier. There will be a die roll modifier would have been against the rebels for attacking across this hex side. That would have been a -1 and or a +1, but it is negated from these people, so we won't have that. So we will have this attacker, defender. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Attackers will be having a +1, defenders a -1 on their tactical effectiveness die roll. But these boys are flanked, so their tactical effectiveness number is reduced by 2. Ouch! So there you go. We will roll for Stone up there on the hill, and that tactical effectiveness rating, instead of a 3, is only a 1. But he'll be rolling with a -1 on his die roll. So we need a -1 on this die roll. We need a 1. He does not get it. So he suffers a step loss, and the difference between 1 and 5 is 4. So he has to retreat 4 hexes. His retreat route is this hex, and this hex. If he can't do it, he'll have to go a different way to avoid elimination. So he will go 4 hexes, 1, 2, 3, and then he can go his route, which is 4. There you go. Now I'll roll for this boy here. His tactical effectiveness rating is down to 1 because he's being flanked, and he will roll with a -1 on the 1 to 2 rating. So it definitely helps the Union. -1, try to get a 1. He gets a 3, so that's not good. So the difference there is a 2. He will suffer a step loss and go. Let's see here. 1. He can't go this way because that's in his zone of control. They'd be eliminated if it wasn't for these units next to him. So he'll go 1, 2. That affects stacking limits, so he'll go this way to get out of it. So there are 2 step losses by the what do you call it? Confederate players. So there'll be 2 victory points. Going 1, 2, 5, 6. I'm sorry. There you go. So the score now is 6 plus they got their 4 is 10 victory points for the rebels and 4 for the Union. And the difference being those delay victory points, or else the score would only be 5-4. But we get extra victory points for the rebels for delaying. All right, so that is that. We have to roll for these units here now. They get a +1 on their tactical effectiveness roll. So there'll be 1 unit here that will roll because the unit below participated in this attack. So looking for a 4 or less with a +1. Oh, 5. So he suffers a step loss, giving the Union a victory point. Let's do that real quick. And he has to retreat according to his little compass there. So he will go this way. All right. Next will be this unit rolling with a +1, trying to get a 3 or less. No good. 6. Wow. So a step loss. And then the difference between 3 and 6 is 3. He has to go this way. But he can't go here because that's his zone of control. He can go here. So, and then there's another zone of control. We'll just go this way. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we can't go there either. I guess he can go here, but that's a different unit. Ooh, a 6, and the difference between a tactical effectiveness rating of 1 is 5. Wow, he's got to retreat 5 hexes? I guess so. Oh, let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll put him all the way up here. Get these markers out of the way. And when the smoke clears with all the markers out of the way, this is a result of what happened. Pretty sure that's it. Now there's this unit here. Have to attack this unit here. We'll find that out next, but I'm pretty sure we just did that right. There you go. Battle procedure complete. We're right back. All right, more combat's coming up because we have one more unit that was next. Like I said, all units in the zone of control have to be attacked either in that attack or in a upcoming attack. So the units are here. Attack downhill. These boys were in their zone of control, so this attack has to commence now. So we will be attacking with a 1 to 3 attack. Bad news. The attacker, the defender don't have to roll, and do not roll for the defender 1 to 3 less. So Union boys won't have to roll. We will be rolling with a +2 to get this rating. And what kind of terrain modifier do we have? Oh, they're in the clear, so that's good. So +2, trying to get a 3 or less. Either one. All right. So 4 with a 3 means a step loss for the Confederates. And they have to retreat 1 hex. They can't retreat in their... Oh, he's eliminated. So much for that. Ooh, Union gets a victory point. And now, this is what it looks like after the dust is settled. For the big fight for McPherson Ridge. Ooh, the Confederates have a 10 point lead, or 10 points to the Union 4. So 4 point lead by the Confederates after their combat phase. We will call that a video. We got, command shits. Oh, we still got command shits to draw a bunch of them. Huh. Let me make sure that's right. We'll be right back. John is right. We have Early, McLaw, and first star. Who is that? 12th Corps. We'll call it a video because we don't want it to get too long. But there you go. That was a nice battle there. We'll be back with more Gettysburg. Wow.